Joe Tex was struggling a long time. He was writing songs that was being recorded by other artists before he got his break now. He was just trying. He wanted to come up out of Texas. And the first thing he said he did when he got his first major royalty check, he said he went and bought himself, bought his parents a home. And he said he went out and had a good cry. This was the kind of man I'm talking about in Joe Tex. A beautiful spirit, a beautiful brother.
Need to bring out some wine. Fill the fruit up with others and it's best to leave. Cause my best girl is with me tonight. We gonna dine and dance. And she promises to leave me never. Tell me just what more one man asks for than to have his woman's love forever. Here we go. Se cura è buono. Now it's shit good. It's muy bien. She said, makes no difference what the you say it in it. She is good. She is good. Oh.
But brothers and sisters, we're talking about Joe Tex, the great Joe Tex. And as I said, you may say, brother, Joe Tex is all that. He's that and more, because his life is something that should be studied. It really is.
More that I love you. No, I think you already realize. So shall we dance this night away underneath the moon and the stars above? Now whisper once more what you said before about giving me all of your love. Se cura è buono, da shit good, it's muy bien. Se bon, makes no difference what the language you say it in it. Sure is good, y'all. Sure is good, y'all. Come on. Sure is good, y'all. Sure is good. Tap them hands up there. Come on. If you don't want to work, you'll never come in here. Come on. Oh, sure is good. Sure is good. Sure is good. Good. Sure is good. Sure is good. Yeah.
Here's a song to get the whole thing for us, right? There you go, Skinny Legs. Yo. This is #1 record for us in the States sometime back, a million seller. Skinny Legs. Say, man, don't worry at that woman like she don't belong to you. Just cause her got them little skinny legs, you know that ain't no way to do. You didn't act like that when she was at home behind them closed doors. All right. She ain't be ashamed of that woman. You don't want nobody over here in Madrid, Spain to know that woman, yo. That's all right. Just walk on, baby. Ha. And don't you worry about a doggone thing at all. And somewhere will take you, baby. Skinny legs. Listen, which one of you fellas gonna take a lady with a skinny leg? Will somebody go take a lady with a skinny leg, please? Anybody gonna take a lady with a skinny leg? Will somebody please take a lady with a skinny leg there? Oh man, you're a fool. I won't want one of those skinny legs. Yeah. I thought about giving this woman a Clyde back on the drums, but I said to myself, no, I know the kind of women Clyde like. But old Leroy gonna take her. Get old Leroy on the guitar right here one time. Let's get her. Say, Leroy, you got it. Sammy, lady. Why you wanna act like that man ain't yours? This is the man that's walking with you in them raggedy clothes. Man just forgot to get his suit out of cleaner, that's all. All right. You act like you ashamed of that woman. Shoot at that man over there. Sure you go over there, kiss him one time and hold his hand. Say you ain't gonna do what? That's all right. Walk on, mister. Ha, ha, ha.
And I just was attached to Joe Tex, and I would now go and research as much as I could. I would follow Joe Tex everywhere. And you have no idea, when I say follow him, I meant as a little boy, locally. I was in the record shops. I was talking to Bobby Taylor on 125th Street. I'm in everywhere, Triborough Records, Green Line Records, talking to him about Joe Tex. I would go in there and look at the chart to see how many of his songs was moved that day, and every day if one was sold. I said, hey, you sold two today, as if I was part owner in the business. But I would do that. I was just affixed to Joe Tex. I would write letters to the stations. The record sheets would come in. And I would always collect the record sheets to see where Joe Tex record moved to, the airplay. I would go into the library as a teenager and read the Record World. I would read the Cashbox. I would read the billboards to see what he was working on, to see where he was going with it. And I wanted to know, I would look at the ratings and see, he was on a country station, wherever Joe Tex was, and I would find him. Whether it was Mike Douglas' show, Merv Griffin's show, it was wherever he was, I was trying to find it. And we didn't have what we have now, these video recorders that we carry today. So we would hold a microphone up, and when he did the show with Soul, and he was actually the host of Soul, I held the mic up, and you hear us talking on the tape, and just listening to Joe Tex on the Soul performance. And his commercials, the BC Powder, he did the Kentucky Fried Chicken we're gonna watch. But Joe would do other commercials. Kentucky Fried Chicken was perhaps the biggest one. He was paid about 10 grand, he said, in his and her Cadillacs, and his wife, Johnny Mae, at the time told me about they had the cars and they had horses. We're gonna talk about that as we move along, but what a beautiful brother Joe Tex. And I'm just so happy and honored to do this project. I've done it several times, but I decided that this is the final cut. I'm gonna get it done today, and I'm gonna go to work on it, put it out, because I want it out for his 30th anniversary of his passing. But I made his birthday August the 8th as the deadline. So I'm working to get this done, and I got just a few days to work on this project. So there are some people that I contacted, Earl Campbell, Norman Trasher, and others that I wanted to bring aboard on this project, but I haven't received the callback numbers. If we get them, praise be to God. If we don't, praise be to God. We're gonna still work the project together, but I want you all to hear from those. Joe Tex was loved by so many people. So many people loved Joe Tex. And because he carried a community, Navasota is not a big town. Navasota is a very small town, but I tell you this much, Joe Tex carried from Navasota, he went all around the world. And
now we're doing the Joe Tex story and the Soul Clan, which is Benny King, Solomon Burke, Wilson Pickett, and Joe Tex.
I have a friend from New York. He's in this business. His name is Lance Shabazz. He is so excited about this play, and I told him, I say, for you, Lance, I'll go. Now, we're having our Founders Day next Sunday, but he said, now, Munir, I'm coming to town. When he comes to town, we do a number of interviews, put them in the can, so to speak. He said, I hope you don't get angry, man. He said, but you know how I feel about Joe.
Oh,
you know? And so he will be coming,
That's great. I'll have to thank him in person, because I learned a lot of things about Joe Tex from watching Lance Shabazz.
And I tell you, he's been a fan since a young boy out of New York,
Yeah.
So let me say, as you're in town now, there's a play that's being shown at the Black Ensemble Theater called The Soul Clan. And I had some of these guys on recently, and they were just so thrilled with you and your extensive knowledge into Joe Tex. What was Joe's Muslim name?
Yusuf Aziz.
Yusuf Aziz, and he died with that name, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
But Joe Tex was the infamous Joe Tex who, was a singer, entertainer, that sort of thing.
Say it, man. Don't walk ahead of that woman like she don't belong to you. Just because I got them little skinny legs, you know there ain't no way to do. You ain't act like that when you had at home behind closed doors. All right. Now you want to act like you shame on a woman. Don't even want nobody to know she's yours. That's all right. You just walk on, baby. Hup, hup, hup. And don't you worry about a doggone thing at all. Hup, hup. Because there's some man somewhere who'll take you, baby. Skinny legs and all. Swear. Keep on walking, baby. Hup, hup. Show you what I'm talking about. Listen to this. Now, who'll take the woman with the skinny legs? Stand right there, baby. I'm gonna give you away in a minute. Come on, somebody please take the lady with the skinny legs. Stand right there, baby. I'm gonna give you away in a minute. Come on, somebody please take the lady with the skinny legs. Now y'all know the lady with skinny legs got to have somebody too now. Well, somebody please take the lady with the skinny leg, please. There, Bobby. Shut up, fool. I want no one with those skinny legs. Look here. Now, I thought about giving this woman a clap. I said, no. I know the kind of women clap like. Oh, Leroy, take it. Hey, Leroy, you got it.
Joe Tex was one of the most underrated, or I just think that people overlooked him. And he was very gifted. In 1955, he started on the King label, along with James Brown, actually. And he wrote songs. James Brown recorded his song "Baby You're Right," which became #2 on the R&B charts. And to me, he was just beautiful. And yes, I charted his life.
But 1955, you weren't even born.
I wasn't even born. I didn't know of Joe Tex till the late 60s. I had attended a Muslim bazaar in New York. And my father was on post at his
For people who don't know, what does that mean, on post?
On post meaning that he was a security at his dressing room. And I didn't know who he was, but he performed, and he did such a beautiful job. And later on, when we was headed home, the disc jockey on the radio station, I believe it was WWRL, had played his song, and he said, "So nice, we're gonna play it twice." And I started reflecting back, not so much of his performance, but his dedication and what he was saying about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
So even though you were security, he was an entertainer, but he certainly wasn't entertaining about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, was he?
Not at that time. He,
Right.
he had, I think the big hit he had then was Show Me a Man That's Got a Good Woman, that later was recorded by Tom Jones, Andy Gibbs, and others recorded it. But I was hooked, and one of my characteristics is I know I'm a loyal person, and once I like you, I like you. Mm-hmm. And it was like I just liked him, and so I started, reading up on his history, following his history, contacting him, and just wherever he could. I was a young boy, but wherever he was, I was trying to go to see him again and again and again.
Has anyone ever told you you're so intense? You just...
Well, I do it to myself. I don't affect others with it. I traveled, as a young child to different places. I remember once Lloyd Price had a supper club or something, and I went to see him, and they wouldn't let me in because I was underage, and I was so hurt about it. I said, just Joe Tex, but they wouldn't let me in, and I said, one day I'm gonna come back to this place, but he didn't have the place years later. It was in Long Island, New York at the time, and but I would travel by myself. I was just as they say, Moses in search of knowledge. I was in search of some good music, and
I'm glad we're taking this turn, because
David Barr and Joe Plum and them had put together a play, The Soul Clan, the story of the Soul Clan. I thought it was beautiful. I really did. They took the play from Chicago Black Ensemble Theater. They took it to Pittsburgh. And I really would hope that would somehow mushroom or grow into some other plays, musicals, or perhaps even movie. And I'm going to distribute to Oprah Winfrey Industries. I'm going to Tyler Perry Production Company. I'm going to submit these DVDs, and hopefully it will stimulate some sort of movement, and the family, the estate of Brother Joe Tex could benefit from